Hello, my name is Abidemi Taiwo, and of course, you are watching On the Couch with Abby. I am so excited about this new season. In this season, we are going to be celebrating and featuring young people that are on exceptional journeys, people that are making impact in their community, whether that be through art, through music, or even in the corporate world. We're celebrating trendsetters, pacemakers, and strongly believe our guests today fit right into that category. I've got four unique, talented gentlemen here with me today. They are a Nigerian-based gospel acapella group. They were founded in 2008 by the founder of Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries, Dr. Daniel Olukoya. Their music is inspired by the South African sound of Iskamatapia, the genre of Ladysmith Black Mambazo. They recently collaborated with Grammy Award Dr. Joseph Shambhala. These guys can sing, they've got moves, and they're very, very skillful with the instruments. It is the one and only Beulah Quartet. Welcome, guys. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for honoring our invite.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So can you introduce yourself?
My name is Shola Peters.
Okay.
And my name is Udo Jeremiah.
I'm Okafo Michael.
I'm Amadi Ozioma.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
So, Beulah Quartet. Of course, the quartet, I know there's four of you, but how and why did you come up with the name Beulah Quartet?
Okay, so I think he's going to define that too. So sweet.
Okay, I think first of all, before the name came, we're already singing. So after like 2 years, then one day we went to the office of our general overseer, and he just gave us the name.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he just gave us the name because then we were being called Olukoya's acapella, Olukoya's Quartet.
Okay.
Yes. So one day he had to sit down and change it.
That's interesting, which brings me to my next question, actually. I was going to ask you that, of course, Dr. Daniel Olukoya founded you guys, but what was the process like? Are you childhood friends? Did you meet in church? Were you strangers? How did you come together?
Anyway, we all started in the choir those days, Though we started as, it used to be a bass singer in the choir then, while I sing tenor. He's also a tenor singer. And Chola is a keyboardist. We met him in one branch that went to sing. So, at the long run, Jeremiah came to meet me actually. And he said, bro, I love the way you're doing that tenor. Can we just start up this stuff and all that? And Ozoma too came into the picture. Before we know what's happening, we have to locate this keyboardist.
Wow.
And here we are now.
That's interesting. So why did you decide the genre a cappella? Because, of course, you're a keyboardist. You play the guitar as well. Yeah. You're all very... you played keyboard too. Do you play any instrument?
You did guitar.
So you're all very skillful. You're all very, proficient, with with instruments. So why did you decide to be an a cappella band group?
Okay, right. So generally in Nigeria, we have more musicians. We have people who play the instrument. We have people who produce music with sound. So rarely before you find maybe group of guys, group of female crew singing music without instrument. And a cappella is very, very technical. And then we decided to, since we are musically inclined with what we do, and we decided to come together, sing, and let people know that it's actually unique without instrument. Because many of the artists nowadays, many of the musicians we have in Africa, let's say in Nigeria, not all can sing. But there is a backup of the instrument that, it's easy for the producer to just mix up some stuff with the voice and it doesn't... But when you ask them to come up on stage to do a live performance, so there's a problem. So now, with or without the mixing of the voice, live performance, we can always do fine and we can always sing. So, and the a cappella even makes us more wild and broad in terms of the music notes helps us to explore more deep into music. So
Okay, that's actually interesting because you know what? Just last year, I actually had an interview with Femi Kuti, and he said something. He said something that he finds really sad is that most, nowadays the artists in Nigeria nowadays they're not good with the instrument. That actually rarely would you see people who can play instruments. So I think it's very good that you guys you have the voice, you have the sound, and you're also instrumentalist.
Yeah.
So that's great. And also, do you speak Zulu? Because I know you sing a lot in Zulu, the South African dialect.
We speak the basics, like
The basics.
to greet, good morning, and all that, and good afternoon, night.
Siyabonga.
So what is the process like singing in Zulu, a language that, a foreign language, something, when you're singing and you're so passionate about the lyrics, how do you find that when you're singing in Zulu?
Actually, Zulu is not is not that easy kind
can
of
imagine.
language. You can just fall into, But I know with constant, practice, constant rehearsals, makes us perfect on that Zulu. And though when we were first given Zulu songs, it sounds so strange, so horrible, especially when you're not familiar with the kind of language. And by the time they give it to you, you listen over and it looks like you are running. What is this? So, but I know with constant rehearsals, listening to it over and over and over, you get used to it.
Okay, that's interesting. Which brings me now to your collaboration with the veteran Dr. Joseph Shambhala. So how was that like? Shabalala. Okay, yes. I didn't pronounce that right. Shabalala. Yeah. So what was the process like? How did you find that? And how did you even get the connection to get to him in South Africa?
Okay. All right, so
it's a deep question.
Deep question. Okay, that's good.
When we pray, because as a group we pray. And each time we pray, we're always praying for international breakthrough.
Yes.
So
I like that love.
So we had a convention in South Africa. That's the church crusade in South Africa. So, and we don't just travel out of the country. When we travel out of the country, we pray to God, connect us to our divine help. Thanks for that. Don't let us come back empty-handed. So because we have the passion for the sound of music they sing, it's unique and it sounds cool. So our dream was, one day these people will sing their song a lot. Let's just, God help us and connect us. So at the crusade, we sang some of the song and there was a lady in the congregation who was like, these guys are not Zulu. Yeah. They are not South Africans, neither are they Swahili. But then they sound more thick and conk like a Zulu guy.
Yeah.
So after the crusade, the lady walked up to us. But meanwhile, Daddy already said to us, he said, he knows.
Who's
God
Daddy?
That's the general manager.
Okay.
So he said to us, he knows God is going to open the door. But whosoever that walks up to us, we should let him know.
Right.
So that was our first testimony.
The last day of the crusade.
So that was the last day of the crusade.
Wow. And how many days was it?
I think 2 days.
2 days.
Wow.
And so that was how she came around and she had connections. And that was how we ended up with the Lady Smith, with Joseph Shabalala himself. So he was amazed when we sang and he was like, he has to clean his ear again.
He was actually asking, who are these guys?
Where did you guys come from? Which part of South Africa you people?
Yeah.
We said, no, we're Nigerians. They said, no, something. So I'm happy we got to that extent with him. And it was nice working with him.
Wow, interesting. So what other international collaborations are you looking That's an interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that brings us to our single. Because Koningeningeninge. Yeah, because the meaning of the song is more collaborations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We are here.
We are here.
We are open for
those that are in the music industry should open way for us to enter. They should not block the way for us to enter. So that brings us to that single.
We don't have a specific person we wish to collaborate with at the moment. But then if somebody that is huge in the industry and is going to promote
Yeah,
artists.
because there was one that the South African lady brought one time like that from the group is from America, something like that. So we took it to the general embassy and he said no.
Would you work with people in the secular music?
No.
That's strictly a no.
We are not permitted to do
restricted.
that.
Restricted.
Yeah, because
Okay.
if you are doing a gospel song, you have to be defined with it.
Choose this day whom you will serve.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that was what brought me to the question because, of course, if you're looking at, in America, for example, I'm thinking of the gospel artists that I know. Actually, even in Nigeria, Sinach, someone like that. She's quite big. She's well established, and I'm thinking of, in America, Mary, Kirk Franklin,
Those are huge.
But you dream big.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
we
yes.
aspire to, if God permits.
If God permits. Okay, that's great. So of course you've been in Ireland. You've been in Ireland for I don't know how long now, but like let's say two months. How has that been for
Less
you?
than 2 months.
Oh, less than 2 months. So how? 5 weeks. Oh wow, it feels longer. So how has that been? Have you experienced a culture shock yet, or many?
We've experienced some certain things which will take the memories back home. We've met with some people. The way of life here is different. The law is different. The system is different absolutely from the orientation we have back in Nigeria. Everybody has equal rights, which excites me a lot. And then the bad, not too bad, we are not used to the weather. So if you saw when we came in, we were actually shivering and
Jesus.
before I used to say to my friends, anywhere I go to in any part of the world, I'm not the kind of person who is used to wearing clothes.
Yeah, layers of clothing.
When I got in, I knew I have to
dress
wear
up.
clothes. So, but the country is nice. It has less population like Nigeria. Because if it's in Nigeria now, you'd have been hearing different kind of noise. And things like that.
Yeah.
So it's well organized. The country is organized. Everybody is composed and minding his our business. So it has affected our own life positively. Yeah, because at some point we know we need to behave in some ways.
When you're in Rome.
Yeah, we have to be composed at some certain levels. We are too jovial. We are friends, we joke a lot, we play a lot.
Yeah.
But this country has taught us few things we need to take back home. And hopefully we impact into the lives of those that you need to behave in a way that is very calming.
Yeah, calming.
Like this one.
Interesting. And you know what? You said something that you said in this country there's equal rights.
Exactly.
That's what we had.
That's what you heard.
Father,
Okay,
I've
so
observed-
are you
I've
saying that
observed
there's
it.
no equal rights in Nigeria or in
no.
Africa?
We men, we have the upper hand.
You have the upper end. So what? And do you think that's going to change anytime soon?
It's traditions, mainly Nigerian tradition. They follow a lot of principles.
No, I think with prayer.
This is your
With
prayer.
prayer.
Oh, I think mindset.
Mindset, I agree with you. My prayer goes a long way, but we have to apply wisdom at a certain level.
I think with prayer, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. You're gonna change people's mind, the whole nation's mind on how it's a society.
Yeah, with prayer, anything
there's-
is possible.
Okay.
Yeah, anything is possible.
is possible.
Yeah, because prayer is spiritual, so
The spiritual controls the physical.
Yeah, the spiritual controls the physical.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. But in a society, I mean, even with things going on right now with the upcoming elections, and they're talking about if a system, there's something wrong with the system and the society. Do you really think prayer can
Yes, because
turn
the
things around?
majority of the problem in Nigeria is not just physical; it's more of spiritual. And if you're going to solve the spiritual, you have to go spiritual.
The truth is, I actually agree with the prayer aspect of it. But the Bible also said wisdom is profitable to direct. So you
Absolutely.
understand. So at some point, what I believe you can't pray to God and sit down in the house and expect Him to give manners from heaven.
Yeah.
You have to stand up and walk. That's why. So by the time you get outside there, it's going to profit the ends of your works and something like that. So I believe we pray and also walk according to how we are supposed to do some certain things, because not everybody has the same mindset you have.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the same mentality and thinking you have. So you need to share something you know, being inspired by the Holy Spirit to them. This is how it is, because it is not everybody that is going to stand up to pray with you.
No.
So you understand?
Not everyone's a Christian.
Yes. So in a society whereby you have different kind of religions, and you really want God to manifest Himself and put everything in order, fine, we'll pray, but then we have to do our own assignment.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I'm not
Yeah, we have to do our own assignment. But the point is, if you work and you don't pray, you will not get any result.
We'll do both.
Both
We'll do both.
both
Watch.
have to.
They are very intertwined.
Watch
Yeah.
and
Very
pray.
intertwined.
Because if you talk about prayer to an unbeliever, it sounds like something strange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because why I say pray, because the work is more majorly for the believers who understands the spiritual aspect of it.
Absolutely.
Yes. But not just praying. Walk.
Yeah. But walk and pray. Walk and pray. Okay, so going forward, so of course, in the new media age, there's always, things going around with, 10 ways to become successful and this and that. So what, so far in your journey, what are the principles that you would say to be successful? Because, of course, you guys are a success right now. You're performing, all over the world. You've sang to the president of the South African president. You've met with the veteran, Dr. Joseph Shambalala. Shambalala. So you guys are doing incredible things. So what would you say is has been your principle or principles that has taken you forward?
Okay. Rashola.
Actually, as we have said before,
Pray.
like on a daily basis, we know we are pushing forward. We sit down to deliberate on how can we better our lives. How can we keep on, doing the best for ourselves? And we don't rely on what we did in the past. We always look for a way to better ourselves. So that gave us an impression that we will not always remain where we are. We always push forward.
Absolutely.
So we are not always satisfied with our present situation. Anywhere we find ourselves, we always want the best at every point in time. So that has always given us,
The drive.
A drive.
Yes, every time.
So you know what? So who is your competition in Nigeria? Because of course, I know there's not that much acapella groups. So who would you say is your competition?
Currently, there's no one.
Hey,
I think we are our own competitors. We will compete with ourselves.
There are a lot of groups doing acapellas. Sincerely, there are a lot of groups.
That are well known?
They're not really well known.
They're not well known.
Not actually well known.
We're actually talking about MFM as a whole.
Oh, no, I'm talking about I'm not talking about MF, I'm talking about generally.
Acapella in Nigeria is not really that strong.
Or in Africa.
If you're in East Africa, you can call the Lady Smith Black Man version.
Okay.
First.
First.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we're looking up to get to that level.
To that level.
So if they are our
Mental.
In fact, in the
Mental.
world, if you mention First 5, I think they're one of
Number
them.
one.
Yeah.
They are one of
They
them.
won 5 Grammy Awards. So
Yeah.
that's
not-
true.
That's a great feat.
Exactly.
You can.
They are hoping to win at least 6, 7.
Amen to that.
By the time you mention Texas, you mention maybe Pentatonics, then you mention Lady Smith.
All right.
But they are
Why are
doing.
you exempting Lady Smith from first, second?
No, Lady Smith first.
In my own opinion,
They are.
is Lady Smith.
They are.
It's completely unique.
Yeah. They're in their own,
A
on their own
team-
lane.
A team of guys, men, singing.
That didn't go to
not
music school.
losing- They never went to a music school. They are not losing harmony when they are singing. They have unison dance steps and
Wow.
choreography.
And this is the
So
Lady
those-
Smith
those
you're talking
Take
about now.
6, do they have choreography?
Incredible.
Texas are just
Music calculation. They are
harmony.
singing and they are dancing
Harmony
at the same
props.
time.
So are you not dazed at the fact that when
those
you
guys
sing
are
and
good.
You're trying to check.
And they have been from ages.
Around for a long time.
In fact, they have been now they are giving their children those the opportunity to
take
be a part
over.
of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now they have young Mambazo and
They have
legacy.
sincerely
They do the same thing.
same thing. They are kids.
The grandsons.
Incredible. So actually, you know what? What we are going to do now is we would like our viewers to get a taste. I mean, we've been saying all these things about you, but we would like them to see what you're like, you know, to get a taste of what the Beulah Quartet.
Beulah.
Beulah. Not Beulah. Oh my God. Beulah. Beulah Quartet.
Beulah Quartet.
Beulah Quartet. Okay.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Hallelujah chimney, Jehovah chimney mela, every moya chimney, agamaturu gi mama. Hallelujah chimney, Jehovah chimney mela, every moya chimney, agamaturu gi mama. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. It's the sound of victory. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let the sound of rejoicing fill this place. Hallelujah. 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 It's the sound of victory. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let the sound of rejoicing fill this place. Ibu wa yibu mu wa kuchambisia agamaturu ge mama nimle ibu wa yibu mu wa kuchambisia agamaturu ge mama ibu ni bia nana o enyi ma kuchasia ebe nwere chineke agamaturu ge mama ibu ni bia nana o ndị enyi m agụjasịa ebe nwere chineke agamatụrụ gị mama ewo aleluya chimne jehova chimimela ebe igoro m ọrịa chimne agamatụrụ gị mama aleluya chimne jehova chimimela ebe igoro m ọrịa chimne agamatụrụ gị Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Zugongo tito emwe maje usinje nanje ikaze yefana uzonje nanje ikaze yefana uzonje nanje ikaze yefana zugongo tito Hallelujah, moko. Oh, hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah. Ube ma fi esele yo. Hallelujah. Ube ma Lord ita yo. Hallelujah. Oh, go. Hallelujah. Oh, go. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah, moko. Hallelujah. Ube ma fi esele yo. Hallelujah. Ube ma Lord ita yo. Hallelujah. Oh, go. Hallelujah. Oh, go. Hallelujah.
Oh my goodness.
King hallelujah. Oh, go. King hallelujah. Oh, go. King hallelujah. King hallelujah.
Wow. Incredible. Amazing. So, just before we round up the interview, I want to ask this. So, people who are interested in doing something like you do, that are amazing, you know, that they're good singers, they found their talent, what would you what would your advice be to them?
That's a deep question. That's a deep question. First of all, acapella on its own is a way of life. You have to live by it. You have to sleep by it.
Wow.
Do everything. Rehearsals, prayers, consistency. Consistency. Yeah.
So for them to be consistent.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Anyone who's gonna do the same thing we do must be ready to face it. Yeah, he has said it all.
And have one mindset.
Yeah,
One goal.
must be one accord, be prayerful, consistency, rehearsal, as in, it's just, that's just the key.
You have to take it as a priority. Priorities.
No side attractions.
Thank you so much for watching On the Couch with Abby. I'm your host again, Abby Demi Taiwo. Siyabonga.